All right. It's a rainy day, so I have to switch bags for school. And I've had this, one of the questions, I should say, noodling around in my head. And honestly, it's probably the question that is asked in every decluttering conversation I have. And that is, what do I do about everybody else's stuff and everybody else's mess in the house? And I am giving you permission to let it go, to say, that's nothing that I need to own, that has no impact on me. I am not going to let the energy of your stuff bother me. And I am going to focus on my own things. So that, my friends, everything fell out of a little bag in the bottom of my big bag. That, my friends, is my answer to releasing this notion that decluttering your stuff is also about decluttering everyone else's. Now, you get to create a beautiful space for you, and maybe you carve out just one corner in your home that is representing your magic and everything you desire in your sweet space. And everyone else is just going to do their thing. Because the moment that you shame, guilt, get angry at everyone else for having the piles and the stuff laying about, you take on that energy. So it's okay to not have an opinion about it. In fact, I also feel like that's a bit of a life lesson. Like, we don't have to have an opinion on everything. And in this case, you are, and here we go. Maybe, just maybe, this is the only video that you ever need to watch again about decluttering. You are completely released from everyone else's stuff in your home. If you're the cook in the kitchen and that's what you enjoy doing, and that kitchen is your domain, then by all means, organize, declutter, and create a beautiful space in the kitchen. Maybe it's just your half of the bathroom that gets beautified and uncluttered. Maybe it's your half of the bedroom. Maybe you carve out your little corner, or even the living room that no one else uses, and you make it your sanctuary. And you let everyone else live their life. And you model the behavior that you desire for you. We're not shaming our family. We're not guilting them. We're not yelling at them. We're not doing these things that just create more shame and guilt and anger. The way that I have always handled it here is I have one child, adult child, who likes to take up space in every corner of the home. And so his shoes land one place, his sweatshirt lands another, his computer lands another, his backpack sits there, and this is over here. And he just likes to spread his wings when he shows up, even visiting now. And that's okay. That's who he is. And, we have accepted the fact that that is how he makes himself at home. And I'm going to say that's really beautiful, that he feels like he has the space here to do that. Now, growing up, I would find the 5 sweatshirts that were lingering about the downstairs, and I would make a very nice, I would fold them nicely, I would care for them, and I would put them on a chair, and I would say, hey, buddy, can you take those sweatshirts up the next time you go upstairs? And it might take 3 days of me just gently reminding him, hey, those sweatshirts are there for you to take upstairs. I'm not angry about it. I'm not annoyed by them sitting there. And eventually he would do it, especially when he wanted them to go through the laundry. So that is just how it was. And shoes, I just had a basket and I dumped the shoes in the basket. I wouldn't worry about it. Or I would just say, hey guys, can you guys go put most of your shoes back up in your room instead of in the mudroom? And again, it might take 3 days, whatever. But I was never making a pile of things, of shoes and homework and backpacks and sweatshirts all in one spot. I was caring for their things as I would care for my own, modeling that behavior. We fold our sweatshirts up and we place them there until we go upstairs. So this is your complete release from everyone else's things in your home. And you get to simply state, hey, laundry's going, I'm throwing in a load of laundry. If anybody wants the pile of socks washed, feel free to go put them in the washing machine. And if they don't get washed and they run out of socks, okay, I guess you have to wear dirty socks. Like, start to change your story around everybody else's stuff. You simply don't need to have an opinion about it. You can state what's happening around the thing. You can say, we're having company over. Do you want to pick up your socks? And if they don't, the company's going to see their pile of socks. That's not you. That's them. All right. And it's not about just letting them do their thing. This is more about you owning your own energy, of releasing shame, guilt, frustration, exhaustion, anger around their stuff. Because the moment you express and have those feelings, they bounce around your home and they expand. And then that person sitting there probably won't pick them up and you'll be stewing. And what good is that? Honestly, what good is that? So you're completely released in this whole exercise together, this whole path we're walking together. You are completely released of this need to manage everybody else's things. Even when I'm with clients in feng shui, I do not feng shui their kids' rooms, whether they're adult children living in the home or younger. That is their space to cultivate and to grow and to let it represent who they are. And they will shift over time to what makes them feel good. And isn't that what we want for our family? Don't we want them to be in their fullest? So over time, somebody's going to learn that the socks on the floor when the company comes isn't appropriate. Someone's going to learn that they don't have their uniform because it's still sitting in their backpack for the game and it didn't go through the wash because it wasn't where it was supposed to be. And they're just going to have to go stinky to the game. Like, whatever. Whatever. Don't overthink this, please. Let your people be the people and you be you and take care of your spaces. Creating your sanctuary, making a home that you feel good in, even if it's carving out one room, one corner, one side of a bathroom, one side of a bedroom that makes you feel beautiful and lovely and whole and happy. That's my take. All right. Drop questions in the comments and continue the discussion, my friends. I'm off to school. All right, I'm back from school. I am in my cozies, about to edit some videos. And as I was driving to and from school, I was thinking about that video that I recorded that you just watched. And was actually thinking about, okay, what are the questions that they are going to have when they watch this? And I think there's probably one idea, topic, I guess, that I want to address. And it's a bit related to the flow of energy and feng shui and all the things that, if you've taken one of my classes, you've heard me say. How, and you'll hear me say this in this clutter situation, how clutter really stops energy and how it is not supportive, and how you can impact sleep by removing clutter in your bedroom. And then previous to me sitting here now, I had said if half your rooms together, then half your bedrooms together. And here's what I do believe that still. I'm not changing that story because, yes, is it ideal to have the beautifully curated, pulled together bedroom where you don't have any mirrors and the only books you have are the books that you are reading and all of the things? Yes, it is. And we're not going to mess up our partnership over this stuff. I mean, if you don't like it, then move to another bedroom or make your partner move to another bedroom. However, we're not going to now for sure lose sleep over it because our partner's clothes are in a pile. And a couple of things I want to think about. Like, as human beings, we all process differently. We all show up to this life different, which is what makes this world so beautiful. And if someone feels comfortable with stuff around them, again, back to what I said earlier, isn't that allowing for the full expression of who they are? Now, tuning into your desires and your dreams and how they're showing up in your home, we can absolutely do that and still live with these wonderful people who are slobs. Okay? So yes, it impacts your energy, especially if you're letting yourself spin out about it. It is 100% going to impact your energy and the energy of your relationship. So don't let it. Just let's release. If I have to say it again, I'll say it again. You are fully released from being concerned with other people's stuff. Now, different topic if they've passed and you're cleaning out a home, or you're moving and you're having to call through things and figure things out. Those topics will come. But right now, we're talking about living in a home where other people aren't, in air quotes, following your rules around decluttering. Take care of you, and you will be taken care of. Trust me. Let yourself hold this beautiful, clear, abundant energy that having things in order creates for you. So that's my final take, I guess, on this topic is this is about your energy. All right. And we don't want you angry or frustrated with the rest of the energy that's in your home. All right. Talk soon.